So as the second presentation, I will talk about the session named What Can We Learn Today from the 80's Culture Approach in Japan. And I will explain later why I actually focus on this topic. But at first, have you ever heard of the word like this? TQM. But have you ever heard of this one?
I think I did at some point, but
Okay.
maybe I'm not sure about the full context of it.
Mhm. Yeah, actually, I also didn't know anything about it as a QA engineer in Japan. And this word is actually in the context of the Japanese quality assurance, but I didn't. But actually, many times I hear this word recently, I mean, these 2 or 3 years, and I want to figure out why, and I want to tell why is I mean, meaningful for you, especially for the people from the international, I mean, countries what say why is it important for your career in Japan to know such differences or such varieties or knowledge of this kind of Japanese context? But before such detailed explanation, yeah, actually this presentation is not about history first. And yeah, the in order to make some of such plus to career. But the one before that, I want to confirm, or yeah, I want to make some quick check about the your situation. For example, as a first question, are you working with Japanese colleagues? If yes, please react as a sum up. Yeah, actually, I think many has. And next one, does your manager have long career background in Japan, or is your manager Japanese? Oh, it not so. I mean, many as I expect, but yeah, some actually do. So on the other hand, what is QA for you? This is not actually the quite, I mean, detailed answer, but just imagine what is it for you. And have you ever felt the difference between what you think QA is and what you experienced in Japan? I mean that have you ever felt some differences between your understandings of the QA? I mean, the gap between you and other colleagues around you. For example, actually, when I'm working in Adobe, and there's actually the branch in Japan, US, and India, and many countries. And actually, the quality assurance culture or the understanding is really different among the countries, even not only in country, but also among the department or the software or the customers, the meaning is really diverse. And one of the things that I think is like, or what are the things that I suppose, I guess the quality engineer or quality assurance is really complicated is that actually our name is not about the tech stack, but quality. And the means, I mean, the how can we improve the quality is actually up to you. That's I suppose the reason why the understandings or the such diversities of the quality assurance is, I mean, yeah, currently in Japan or all over the world. So what I want to tell you now is actually the what is QA in Japan, or actually it's not, it's really diverse also in Japan, but especially from the context of the such manufacturer company or the such what is called like the made in Japan quality, the what's the quality is in Japan is it states focus. Yes, that's why I named this one. Yes, this then the yeah actually beforehand, I will tell you that today's message, I mean, conclusion. Today's conclusion is just two things. The first is about the, I want to rethink yourself or about the difference of the understandings of the quality assurance or the QA among you and your colleagues. And the second one is the find quality approaches other than testing. Actually, because the TQM has a lot of the approaches to, tackle with the qualities. But I suppose it's not known well, even Japanese, even for Japanese. But it is full of really great knowledges. Therefore, I will show you the bit about this. Here, I will I will introduce myself. I'm Naoki Kojima. I'm currently working in Adobe as security assurance, and I also working in the SIGUSK, which is the Japanese QA community to make some of the frameworks. And also, I'm the QA's 6 years experiences and born in the 95. Yes, 95. This is really important. I mean, I don't know the 80s Japanese, backgrounds. And I suppose, or I believe that the rather it will be meaningful that the such, I mean, younger generation of the Japanese will tell you something about such older one. Yeah. And the background, my motivation of this session is actually simply I really saw the many times. I saw the many, such 80s presentation of the talks among the, I mean, conferences or this kind of sessions. And initially, I couldn't figure out why is it. But now I can figure out, and I want to tell you why. For example, in these years, actually, the really many professors or the reading QEs are talking about it. And also, they cited this kind of the really, really old books in 80s or, after the more than 10 years ago. Then the beforehand, maybe in the 10 or 20 years ago, of course, this kind of TQM things or the such traditional Japanese quality assurance is discussed, but the recent major changes is about these topics. It started to be talked not only such, manufacturing industry, but also in the agile or DevOps or QA community. So, however, heard of these words from the such Japanese traditional quality assurance? Actually, I didn't, but yeah, actually some should, but maybe you cannot figure out what is it. And the one of the things that this is just my guess, but the reason why the Japan started to talk about these words is like this is just my guess, but actually many of the such manufacturer companies, such as the car industry or electricity industry, started to have their own tech teams. IT engineer teams by their own. And for example, like in Toyota, they started to make the teams of IT engineer and also the manufacturer engineer so that they will build some of the newer automobiles integrating the manufacturing and IT, information technologies. But at that time, they need some of the words that in common. And because such manufacturer company has their own, original quality systems, such as TPS or TQM, this kind of context will extend it to the IT industry in Japan. This is just my guess, but I feel like that. And the reason why I suppose this is really important, this can be important for your career is that you may have such possibility to go to such Japanese company may are originally from the manufacturer company. Because currently, many company, many large company have such, job postings, and also it can be sometimes really much available. Therefore, if you go to such company, you can make take some attention to such, a little bit longer history. of the company or the quality assurance systems. Then the here I talked a bit about why, but we would like to imagine a bit more deeper. And as starting think about deeply on the TQM, what does 80s right? Actually, I didn't know this one. Therefore, I started from here. The 80s, especially in the IT technology, is like the starting of the personal computer or home computer at that age. This is the first Windows, and this is first Macintosh. And also 80s, the Adobe is also established. And also in Japan, there are really many manufacturing industries that actually establish or build the really famous products even now. Like this is Walkman, this is the G-Shock, this is Corolla, and it's Game Boy family computers or any other cell phones or the calculator or computers. Yeah. And at that time in the world, actually, the manufacturing industry has suffered about their quality because it is really hard to um, keep the quality stable. But actually, because Japanese company has a really unique system to assure the quality, actually, the Japan has really lot to do with exporting the Japanese product to the product all over the world. Therefore, yeah, the Japan became the center of the quality, or the Japan made in Japan has become a really famous at that time. Yeah, also these kind of words are also, I mean, generated in this age. But by the way, what is TQM is a bit really difficult to understand. This is also really huge problem for me. Then this is the quick answer from the ChatGPT when I ask what is TQM, and ChatGPT says like, yeah, TQM is comprehensive management approaches focused on blah 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 blah. Yeah, but it says like, yeah, it is long-term approaches, not only from the testing, but also changing the organization to enhance the competitiveness or the performances to and improve the customer satisfaction, not only to reduce the number of the bugs, but focus on the satisfaction or the values to make some profit or the company's um, performances. And also the ChatGPT continues to explain about the really many aspects of the TQM, but it's really long and hard to explain for me. And when I Google it, or when I search my, I mean, intimate professors, Nishiya Saru says that actually what ChatGPT said is actually really accurate. Really many aspects is available in TQM, but this is also still really hard to understand. Actually, now I a bit understand, but really hard to explain it. Therefore, I will explain a really summary of the TQM today from the essence of TQM by the Professor Nishiya Haru. And he talked the four aspects of the TQM. The first is about journey into quality forever. And the second one is make everyone smarter and honest. The third one is enhance co-confidence. Co-confidence is like everyone's understanding and everyone's are tackling about the qualities, not only about QA, but also for the engineers or program managers or engine managers or the even management. And also embrace human weakness. This means we need to do management not only like the systematic way, but also like we need to educate people so that the people will actively generate or realize the quality itself by themselves. And firstly, I will focus on the first one, journey into quality forever. In detail, actually, the Dr. Ishikawa, one of the famous person for TQM, says that the quality can be created by design and process, not by inspection or the testing. Actually, the testing will fix the bugs or finding bugs, but actually, what he wants to say is like to improve or to find the such strategy for the quality that even the quality assurance needs to tackle to the design and the process. And also, he's saying that our basic stance is to manage all these quality, such as quality product, work, service, information process, department, people, system, blah, blah, blah. He means that it's not only about the software, but also about the team's process, or even the such company itself would be the target to improve from the QA. When I adapt these kind of things to the modern software development, for example, from the ISO, there is the four kind of the quality, like the internal quality, external quality, process quality, or quality in use. For example, internal quality, recently you may think of the maintainability of microservices. And do you think that microservices quality or the maintainability would be the work or the things that QA should keep? Actually, once I didn't think that, because this kind of thing is like the things from the SREs or infrastructure engineers. But actually, we need to do that if we want to the whole quality. And also, like in the rise of the LLM, we need to tackle to the LLM feature quality, or also like the recent trends of the focus, actually productivity or the engagement issue is also quality, and also the accessibility is quality, and the quality attributes unique to the product should be the target, and also the management should be the target. Yeah, everything, not only the such feature to be developed will be the quality, but also these everything would be the target for you to improve. To hear this, actually, really, this is complicated, or this is like the management things, or really hard to do by, I mean, me as the only one. Therefore, actually, the TQM, which is total quality management, is like not only for the QA individuals work, but also for the everyone to tackle with. To pick up one of the such quality process quality example, for example, what we will do to improve your focus as a QA can be one of the example. For example, it's as my experiences, actually first action for me is to cooperate with the SRE team to and the lead engineer to look back our coding process and the CI process, especially for the branch and branch process, branch bug process. And because at that time our branch bug is really not so automated, therefore we changed our branch bug from the previous one to GitHub branch, GitHub flow, so that we can automatically uh, deploy the changes to the prod with safety. And also, I actually cooperated also with the engineering managers to accumulate the data of the time to restore or the change fail rate, so that we can track how many or how severe is it the current situation is about such quality of the bug of things. Actually, this kind of approach will not be solved by the QA alone, but also the approaches within or the corporation among the department is really needed. And this kind of things is, again, some of you may do naturally, but some of you also may think that this kind of things is not the work for the QA because QA's work is only about the testing. But I don't think that. Then go to the other three essence of the TQM. Actually, these three are really lot about the team buildings or the organization. Therefore, to read some of the books about TQM, what they say about the management that respects the humanity, the management that this, I mean, the explanation of this management style is like to keep everyone working with their own initiative, not the things that is, I mean, they don't obey, but to by themselves is really important. To achieve this, actually, everyone should be included and everyone should value the teamwork and they need to improve the process every time and the feedback cycles, not only from the customers, but also from the stakeholder around the company is really needed. And to adapt these kind of things, the modern software development, actually, everyone tests product every time, and everyone keeps improving teams or everyone doing this development process improvement. Also, everyone interested in such customer or the things, product management things. So the really essence of this kind of thing is actually TQM is not the becoming engineer who can to do this, but the essence is actually the QA should create the organization with these capabilities. This is really the unique approach of the TQM. So this is the wrap up of my presentation. Today's keywords are these four, and this is essence of TQM is also these four. And I don't think that all of the Japanese people think about this or know about this, but many of maybe the engineers from the manufacturer companies or the quality assurance engineer above 40 or 50 years old would have some of the essence of this kind of quality assurance. And if you notice about such difference of understandings among you and your colleagues or managers, yeah, just embrace such differences and, I mean, learn together about such differences. Of course, your background is also really important for your colleagues because the things that I experienced, talked today, it's only about the Japanese context. But because as the international folks should have your own context, and it would be really important for your colleagues also, same as the Japanese context. It is important for you. Yeah, both are important. Therefore, today, I want you to understand your colleagues and please, reconsider what is QA for you and your colleagues. And not only about such knowing the differences, but also find the quality approaches other than testing. If you are interested in, especially from the TQM, I will recommend you these kind of books, especially in the middle books would be available also in the Amazon, and you can read in English. Therefore, yeah, I will recommend so much. Yeah, my presentation is ended. Thank you.
Thank you, Naoki. It was very interesting. I'm a little bit older than you, so when you showed the products from 80's, you reminded me my childhood. I had a Game Boy. Actually, I had forgotten its name, but when you said, I remember it was called as like that. And inside there was 99 games. Actually, I think the correct number was not 99, but at least what was written on that was like that. I think we have some questions again, so I can share my screen if you stop that, and
Are you okay?
we can go over them. So Some of the questions are from the previous session, so I'm checking. The first one would be this one, I guess. What Agile and DevOps lack, and how TQM complemented? The second one on the screen.
That's a really difficult question, and also I want to know one. But my answer here is like, mm, the my understanding for the such differences between Agile and DevOps and TQM is like the in the Agile and DevOps, I mean context, the QA, I mean quality assurance aspect is not fully explained. But the TQM also explain more almost really similar things from the aspect of the quality assurance. Therefore, TQM would be I mean, useful for those who know well about such. I mean, how can we improve such teams in the similar way of the Agile and DevOps?
I mean, are they even complementary to each other or they align somehow?
Yeah, I think, or the many, I feel, actually, I don't have really much experiences about it because I've never, I mean, worked in the, I mean, officially, TQM is implemented, but everyone actually doing the TQM saying that it's that actually the TQM spirit of the TQM or the essence of the TQM is really similar to Agile.
Mhm,
And actually, some of the Agile, the such lean development is originated in such Japanese TQM or the TPS in Toyota.
mhm. I see. Thanks. The next one would be this one. Is the concept TQM applicable to only companies that follow agile methodology? A similar question. Or can it also be compatible with waterfall methodology?
Uh-huh. Yes, as the I suppose mainly the TQM was it's compatible for waterfall methodologies, and the modern I mean question is rather focused on whether TQM can be applied to Agile or not. And the answer for this question is like actually yeah TQM can be applied to the both, but that would be require that such understanding or keep trying to adapting it because there's no actual, I mean, cases or de facto standard for adapting it to Agile. But just reading the books and I mean, get some essence is really meaning for me actually.
All right. Next one is how would you balance speed and quality?
Mhm. That's the, I mean, really fundamental quality, and I want to ask you everyone here, especially from the aspect from of the TQM, the answer would be the educating the people is the largest method, largest strategy to balance the speed and quality. This is because even the TQM actually don't prioritize them. I mean, what say, don't split the speed and quality. Both is needed because everything is for the customer satisfaction. And if it is needed to speed up for the customer satisfaction, yeah, we need it. And if we need the stable quality, yes, we will achieve that.
Actually, I
That
was
would
thinking
be
about the
the
same.
TQM.
Like,
Yeah.
should we sacrifice from
Yeah.
any of them? Maybe we should have both in the meantime, right?
Yes, that's right.
Mhm,
But because we want to be sensitive about what is required, what is needed, therefore we need the feedback cycles
mhm,
so that we every time notice about the real voices from the customers or the yeah, other such stakeholders.
mhm. Thanks. Maybe we can take one more question, which would be, I guess, this one: process or product mindset for better quality?
Oh, from the aspect of the TQM, the product mindset become the first. And for the product mindset, we need to, I mean, improve the process, or we need to educate people. We need to improve the management. We need to improve the quality, everything.
So
But
again, like
yeah,
a chicken and egg is story.
oh, sorry.
Chicken and egg story. They are related to each other.
Yes, that's right. But how can I mean, connected or associated is actually, I mean, not given. We need to, I mean, verbalize such context over the story of the quality. And one of the things that is remarkable, I believe important in such TQM is actually to verbalize such context or what is the story about our quality of the product. That would be the product mindset for the quality for me, actually. But yeah.
Naoki, thank you so much. It was really very interesting. And we will have the last session. But before that, maybe we can have a very little break, like 3 or 4 minutes. Let's refresh our minds. Let's refresh our drinks, coffee. And then let's meet again at 8:15. And in the meantime, Kaur and Jared, please get prepared.